Welcome back to Adult Play Therapy. I'm your host, the real John 20.
What's up, I'm Jerry P.
Hey man, we're excited to be back with you guys. For starters, you know what I'm saying, we're here and we're in the Hooters establishment here in City Hill, Texas. So, you know, big shout out for Hooters for allowing us to use the patio so that we can get back to filming and so that we can have a little bit of sponsorship. We need some wings, we can see some girls. And, you know, hey, you guys have time, come through and you can watch us while we film.
Already, man. Yeah, we're going to be, hopefully our first sponsor will be Oak Cliff Bourbon Whiskey. It's homegrown, so you know that's what we're trying to rock with, starting out. So Oak Cliff, if y'all here, y'all see this podcast, mess with us, man. We're gonna do big things, and we want y'all to be down with us. So
right on,
shout out.
I haven't had a chance to try it, but I've heard it's good, so I will make sure I pop a bottle and take a swig, you know. Sure. But right now we're gonna start our show, okay? Like I said, you know, thank you guys for having us, man. We'll be up a few thousand views, so now what we want to do is we want to double that, we want to quadruple that, we want to try to get as big as we can. So the first topic that we want to speak on tonight is going to be the Offset situation. You know what I'm saying? He was with his cousin, his uncle. Okay, his uncle. Oh, Takeoff is his uncle.
Quavo's uncle.
Quavo's uncle.
Yeah.
Takeoff nephew.
Yeah.
Okay. So Takeoff just got murdered, man, out here in Houston. You know, everybody knows the tabloids have already blown that up and they've already discussed that, so we don't want to get too in depth with what happened, how it happened, because, you know, the details are already out there in other social medias. What we want to do is kind of talk about the whole situation. You know, someone jumping off by saying at the end of the day, it's a sad situation. I was very saddened by it because at the end of the day, you have such a great hip-hop artist that has now lost his life. Family's mourning, the community's mourning, hip-hop itself is mourning. You know, I like that group. The Amigos have always been one of those groups that have been rocking, you know what I'm saying, from day one in my jukebox. And now one of their, to me, prominent rappers, artists, stars is gone. They found me. So I don't know how you can take that, you know what I'm saying, as a group and move forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult thing to kind of digest because they were the prominent group of the 2010s, you know, quite comparable to, you know, Run DMC in the 80s, Bone Thugs in the 90s, right, you know, so on and so forth. They were that group that was, snapping shit. You know what I'm saying? They were the trendsetters. Everybody that has that quote-unquote mumble rap vernacular and rap, they get it from them. Right. You know what I'm saying? And for a prominent member of the group to lose his life over nothing, you know, it's just kind of, it's becoming a constant reminder of what we're really doing now. Yeah. What we're really doing out here as a culture, what we're really talking about as a culture, even in hip-hop, what we're talking about.
Well, look at it like this, you know, we're comparing, you know, hip-hop and the reality in hip-hop, or is hip-hop reflecting a reality that they're trying to project? I mean, at the end of the day, I remember hip-hop being a projection of this is how I'm living, this is where I'm coming from, you know, relate to me, but this is not where I want to end up, this is not how I want to end up. I want to go from rags to riches. But that just seems like today is I want to go from rags to riches back to rags. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to really put together where our reality meets the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are we promoting to our youth these days? You know, how are we promoting our youth and how are we promoting what our culture is representing?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the conundrums that we're gonna have to deal with, you know, as a culture, because I mean, like you said, growing up, hip-hop started as a conscious thing. It was a reflection of, you know, with the elements, you know, with the graffiti, with the breakdance. It was a variation of expressing itself. Right now, it's a lot of braggadocio. I'm not saying that it wasn't back in the day, but it's a lot of braggadocio, a lot of drug taking, not even drug dealing, no, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, popping this and smoking that and drinking this and, you know, bitches and hoes and all this kind of stuff, but it's lacking the substance, and you can kind of see that in the generation coming up with this particular, you know, era of hip hop.
And you know, it's funny you say that, because at the end of the day, you're absolutely correct. When hip hop started, man, it was about how we had to sell drugs in order to get out of our community. Although that was bad because we were selling drugs in and to our community, but it was just about the hustle. It was about, you know, how we're struggling different from our white partners, you know, our white brothers and sisters are the white man, how we want to define it. You know, I like to try to keep things a little peaceful. So, you know, white community, black community, totally different. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the stuff that we're dealing with in the rock community. They're not shooting to kill each other. But they've always been drug users. And it's amazing because back in the day, we used to discuss how, wow, they pop so many pills, you know what I'm saying? They stay so thrown. Acid and stuff. And coke and all that. But now look at us. Instead of us selling, we use more drugs than we sell these days. We're always high, we're always elevated. And I think that right there is the downfall of hip hop because we're not promoting, utilize whatever you got right now to get out. We're promoting live in the moment. Live in society, live in the drug, live in the moment. You know, I don't know. Life is too short, so I'm gonna live it until I'm gone tomorrow.
And the question you pose about is hip hop a reflection of reality or is reality a reflection of hip hop is interesting because nowadays it's like, what is it really? You know, is hip hop truly going to be what influences our kids? Because this generation, once again, it's the biggest generation of idol worship, of likes, of followers, of, who can get, even like the Takeoff stuff. Yeah, people posting dead bodies.
Right.
People posting the video of dead bodies to get likes, to get subscribers, to get a follow. That's bullshit.
Yeah, who can post the first? Who can get the first paycheck?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, even like back in the day, we had a little bit more decorum. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people shooting up places with old people in it, with kids in it and shit like that. We didn't do that. You couldn't even fight if an old lady was walking down the street past you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different time, so I think
we have respect.
Yeah, respect. Respect. Now, and not saying that the 90s and the 2000s wasn't crazy. Like Bun B said, 90s was for Jack and 2000 for the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then, we had our 50 Cents come out in, early 2000s, and everybody, many men. You know what I'm saying? Which never fun me, but, you kind of take this stuff in and digest it, and it starts to become your reality. And truth be told, ain't many men trying to kill your ass. That's just a good song. And it resonates with something that,
Hold on about 50 now. The 50 did have a whole lot.
Well, he did. I mean, the listener digesting that kind of takes it in and makes it their own.
Yeah. And that's why I say, it's a reflection off of that individual.
Yeah.
But now it's like, man, I'm watching these kids today, and you know what I see? I see a bunch of suburban kids that are coming out, perpetrating these guns, and then what do? You barely get out of high school, you're already a smart kid, just so you can move to somebody's hood and then become gangsters. So at the end of the day,
hustling backwards.
Yeah, hustling backwards. At the end of the day, man, you're supposed to elevate your music and elevate your environment and elevate your community. I'm just kind of tired of you cats out here trying to jack all the time. What you jacking for? And then the thing that pisses me off is, why are you shooting us? Why would you shoot a man that's the same color? Now, don't get me wrong. I've been known to be a hothead. I got a big temper too. But I would prefer to box you than shoot you.
You know what I'm saying? Even in the question.
It is. You got all those guys standing around, and instead of somebody being ready to box and throw down, they got photos of men with their hands on their guns. Cowards, punks, sissies, man, y'all soft to me. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna get in trouble, y'all gonna be mad, whatever. But you're soft. Learn to use your hands. Put the guns down, man. The gun is for if someone's approaching you with a gun. If a man came at you with no gun and he's swinging at you, you want to shoot him? Man, you're a straight joke.
But is that our fault though for not changing with the times?
Well,
I'm
going to say that. I'm going to say, we elevate along with what's going on. It's the Martin Luther King and the Malcolm X situation, but the only problem is art at many, in any means necessary is a reflection towards us and not a reflection towards that white guy. Like, we got out here, we got these cops that are shooting black men out here in the streets, and everybody's concerned about the takeoff. And don't get me wrong, like I said, my condolences to the family. So at the end of the day, when you got your brothers and sisters getting shot up by white cops in the cars, I don't see y'all pulling y'all guns out and running up on them to protect them. You know what I'm saying?
Still walking around there.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I fully understand.
But you ready to shoot me? Because
I feel like it's because they know that we're the least represented.
Right.
We're the least represented. You ain't even gonna think about shooting a white person because you just feel like that's
Yeah,
it's just wrong.
It's something about white man and fear in the black community that we have not shaken yet. But when it comes to the black community from a white man, it's like, to hell with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something I'm like, at the end of the day, I think that's not for everybody. Don't get me wrong, I got a bunch of white friends, great guys, great gals. But what I'm saying is, you young kids have to learn how to decipher your priorities when it comes to yourself as an individual and your community and the people within your community. If we continue to kill each other off, then there's not going to be any of us to fight the battles that are necessary to fight. So basically, we're still doing some other man's job, some other man's work. That's why when we kill each other, what they do, they throw us in jail, throw us up under the jail. When a white man, you watch Jeffrey Dahmer, he done killed, he done ate, you know what I'm saying, black and browns, and they let him out.
And they're celebrating this dude.
Right.
They're celebrating this dude. You know, and I think that's bullshit. Because why are you celebrating a serial killer?
Yeah.
In the first place. I mean, but there's nothing more American than Jeffrey Dahmer.
There you go. And that's crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And there's nothing more American than a black man killing another black man.
Yeah.
That's something you can chalk up on your board and you can say, hey, we're doing a good job doing the white man's job for him. You know, what would surprise me is everybody can put their guns down and chill out. Like, you put your guns down for a minute, chill out. I would love to see that.
Yeah, but one thing about it is we're consistent with that.
We are.
Our biggest detriment is ourselves.
Right.
With, you know, division, we can't be unified about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way we are. That's the way we've been. That's the way it looks like it's going.
And killing off hip hop, that's crazy. Now you sit here and I mean, this is how many dead hip hop artists in the past, but in this year alone, within the past couple of months.
Yeah.
It's like, that's crazy, man. Why are you killing out representation of our community? These are guys who are supposed to be positive representation of our community. But then again, I also say shame to you guys. Y'all are supposed to be positive representation. It's time to put away the dice games. And if you are going to do dice games or whatever, put it in a position to where, you know what I'm saying, everybody can at least have fun and, you know, and not get shot. You know what I'm saying? Damn, y'all got enough money to get, y'all could have had all of Houston policing y'all damn dice game.
Yeah.
You know, all they care about is a couple of dollars in their pocket, and they would sat there and make sure y'all shot dice in peace and everybody can win.
Man, it's like, I think we need to wisen up. If you're a multi-millionaire, bro, and you shooting dice with some people who probably, dudes out here some wolves, man.
They are.
Everybody ain't eating like that, bro. So when they see some food on the table,
They won't.
hey, man, it's like you can't play with that. You can't play with everybody paper like that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of, you know, that was the case or not, but come on, man. You gotta wisen up. And you know, that's not even talking about the rappers, that's talking about the youth, that's talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even want to just dilute them down to just rappers. That's a young black millionaire that took care of families, that took care of communities and stuff like that. And that's a lifeline that's now gone. Yeah. You know, whether it be him, whether it be Nipsey Hussle in his own community, that's a lifeline that's gone.
Totally. So we gotta wisen up, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, hey, I know this is our, you know, episode back.
Yeah.
And we just kind of touching up on some things, but you know, it just saddens me, man. It just saddens me, you know, to wake up, you know what I'm saying, morning after Halloween, to find out, you know, a hip hop artist who I care about, who I like, who I love listening to, you know what I'm saying, has been shot. And he wasn't, and to me, it doesn't seem like he was shot by a broke guy. He was shot by another cat who probably was a street hustler, who had money too, who's out there shooting dice, who's having fun, you know what I'm saying? But you have too much fun. And I mean, let's not talk about the dice game, let's just talk about this. There was an argument about whose clique, from what I was listening to, whose clique was tougher, who clique hung with, who crew with, this, that, and the third. It's like, no one cares about this. You know what I'm saying? We don't care how big your balls is, bro. The only thing we care about is the fact that we are out celebrating together. Let's shoot some dice, let's talk, let's dap up, let's get a hug, and let's go home. This man cannot go home to his family, his kids, nothing.
It's like, man, even if you're losing them in the dice game, it's hard to, we gotta learn how to take a L.
Real tough.
Learn how to take a L, man. You ain't gonna win every argument. You ain't finna out-tough everybody. Learn to take a L, bro, and realize, look, man, it's a blessing to be home every night.
It is.
It's a blessing to be around and see kids, you know, see your old lady. And man, it's a bigger picture at hand that not a lot of people are actually noticing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we gotta do that.
Why we want to be on the run all the time? Why we always want to have our finger pointed at us? See, I think that's the concept too. You know, hip hop always has this finger pointed at it.
Yeah.
Hip hop. You say hip hop, you say negativity. You think negativity because that's what we present, it seems. You say rock and roll, and back in the day, that used to be the problem for the white community. Rock and roll, oh wow, my daughter's gonna get wild, she's gonna ride there, she's gonna sleep with a rock and roll star.
She probably is.
You know, she probably is. But listen, that was the only thing. Now you say hip hop, and what you think? Oh God, my son's gonna get out there and get shot and killed.
Well, you know the connotation between the, hip hop, urban, black and brown.
Right.
That's what it is. And that's why white people in the inception of it wasn't really messing with it because it was taking over the minds of their kids.
Yeah.
From the hip, the hop, the hippie, from that to everything else since then has been. I mean, it's the most popular. Hip hop is popular music. It's pop music. Yeah. You know, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, because it influences the fashion, it influences the trends. Hip hop does that. The only thing is, what's hip hop? Are we even hip hop?
It's not the same.
It's not.
So what it used to be is not. It's been taken over, and to me, it just seems like we're killing ourselves off. You know, we're like I told you, I just feel like we're handing it over. We're handing it over to a different culture. You know what I'm saying? To a different class of people. And why do we always have to be the ones to do that? This is something we should be proud of. I mean, we created this genre. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you really think about it, this came from us. How many barriers did we have to break down in order to make this thing popular? You know, look at the little white kids, the little Arab kids, and the Asian kids, you know what I'm saying, around you. They all want to be like us.
Yeah.
And we painted a bad picture, man. Always got to pull a burnout and fire on somebody. You know, how many of us is in the grave right now? Why can't we celebrate all together? You know, for you thugs, take into consideration that this thing was put out for y'all. Because it was a thug before you that said, yo, I want to get off these streets and I can do it by utilizing music, my voice, my sound, my tone, my pitch. You know, I always tell people, yo, I appreciate 50 Cent, although, you know what I'm saying, he likes to push buttons and he's slightly a troublemaker. 50 got out the hood and he ain't went back. Right. Look at Jay-Z, out the hood, ain't went back. But why is it you guys feel like y'all got to come out the hood, make $1 million, or should I say you make $1 million in the hood? Doing your music, you make $1 million, you ain't supposed to stay in the hood. You ain't supposed to keep hood mentality. Yeah, you feeding your hood and everything, but sometimes you got to step across that barrier, you know what I'm saying, across that line and move away and let them know, hey, I'm doing this, but I'm showing you guys how to remove yourself from it. If you know shooters out there, and we always got to have shooters around us. And no shooters won't be out here trying to change the way the shooters' mentalities are. Little baby said it best, I got a shooter and I pay him not to steal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, at the end of the day, hey, I take that. You know what I'm saying? You got some legal protection, but you know what I'm saying? You also try to keep him A1, you try to keep him, you're trying to change and convert his mentality.
And I think another thing we gotta do is reassess what we consider OGs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I was coming up, there was a lot of dudes that was around doing their thing. They didn't even want you around that kind of stuff.
That's
right. You go play football, man. You go do this. You go to school. Nowadays, you got younger OGs, convincing these young people to stay in the street, stay hard, stay foolish.
Right.
And
the recruit
so you really got to pull these new resumes and be like, what made you who you say you are?
Right.
Because you older, you know what I'm saying? Because you're still in the hood. If you're still in the hood, that means you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think you really got to reassess, man. Change your perspective on what's really grown man is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's a conundrum that we're in, but I often ask myself, do we even know anything other than giving it away? Right. Whether it be, our trends, our fashion, our record deals, contracts that we sign, that kind of stuff. What we say, the guns and butter, the stuff that we appreciate and value, we don't even know how to hold on to that stuff because we're not taught to. Right. So all we know how to do is divide, and all we know how to do is, give things up that can really help our people out, our culture out for, generations to come.
And something, hip-hop has evolved, man. Y'all look at it like this, hip-hop has evolved, but it seems like the evolution of hip-hop has hit a wall, and we've stopped. Because we do have radio stations that's out here feeding, the poor and taking care of the kids and things like that. We do have artists that's out here doing the same thing. But like we said, the reality of hip-hop should change. your reality, if you're a hood dude, if you're one of those guys that have to run from being shot at and whatnot, then you should change somebody else's reality.
Yeah.
You know, instead of what you want to do is you want to promote that I will kill you if you roll up on me. You want to promote that, hey, all y'all should do is get high and have sex and whatnot. It's like we're going backwards. We were supposed to be teaching positivity and now we're teaching negativity. And I mean, yeah, I know it sells. I mean, hey, the record sells. But at the end of the day, I think we need to start checking ourselves. You know, because the fact of the matter is, we have lost a bunch of soldiers. All I just want to say is RIP to those who have been taken senselessly due to their status in hip hop, taken senselessly over jewelry, over a few dollars they got in their pocket, you know, over the conversation,
over ego,
you know what I'm saying? What clique you hang with, you know, what you say over females, oh God. Kill each other over females, you know, and she's still gonna be out there with another
getting baby leg down.
Right.
As soon as we go.
So the next guy pulls up.
Say, man.
And you lost your life over her.
Over her. So yeah, man, it's a bigger picture at the end. And, you know, not a lot of people want us to see, but it's gonna take platforms like this for us to have these conversations, and we gotta have a dialogue. Because that's where everything starts. It starts with dialogue, it starts with proper communication, but it also starts with listening ear.
Yeah.
And
improving your intellect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You should want positivity. I mean, especially you street guys. Like I say, you're not trying. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was out there, I enjoyed it, I had fun. You know, different females doing certain things, but you know what I did? I turned around and looked at my babies, man, and I said, wow, where would they be if I wasn't here tomorrow? And I'm like, I think you should take the time to look at that. Where would your kids be if you were not here with them tomorrow? And I mean, that's for those who care about your kids. You know, I know it's supposed to be my guy out there, you got 32 children. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a damn about that one as long as you make me a friend. Yeah, you put the shoes on, put the clothes on. Hey, that's not parenting, man. Parenting is making sure that they have a better life and a better situation. Parenting is making sure that when they grow up, they don't have to grow up with a gun in their hand. Why? Because they look over their back because of your sins. The sins of the father.
yeah, and make it a point to make this shit not cool. It ain't cool to have to walk around with a gun all day. It ain't cool to have to look over your shoulder, you know, 24/7 when you with your kids, when you with your other ladies. It ain't cool to have anxiety about your surroundings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So many of us deal with that kind of stuff. I ain't no street nigga. I ain't never been no street nigga. Because I've been around street niggas.
Right.
I know I ain't that.
Right.
I'm real cool with a bunch of street niggas. And I know that. I ain't that. Right. I ain't willing to go where they going. I ain't willing to, you know what I'm saying? But and understand that too. And that's cool too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be you. So sometimes you got to do that self-inventory, look in the mirror, man, and realize that, you know, sometimes you might be a perpetrator. Sometimes you're a perpetrator. Sometimes you wear a mask. And, you know, what you put on them beats and what you put on, you know, on record and what you say on social media, that shit can come back, you know, 360 to you, bro. People that got killed on the post.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You know, over smash this on social media. So, wise enough.
You know what's so funny too? Not only we dying, but now you're talking too much to these judges and putting your ass in the jail.
You incriminate yourself, man. Like, you know, it's like you don't even
braggadocious.
You're not even like, even with the rap thing, you're not even talented enough to make it a subliminal. You saying we pulled up on here, we shot this, come on, bro. I mean, the district attorney got nothing. They will not be doing their job if they didn't put you in there.
Exactly.
Because you got somebody in that room saying the same shit you just said on that record.
And they favoring
cooperating,
trying to get it out.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Wise it up, bro. Wise it up, man.
But hey, you know, that's it in the first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it like this. It was a pleasure. You know, I enjoyed this. You know, at the end of the day, you can find us on all social media platforms. At the end of the video, hey, we're gonna run social media platforms in the credits, but you know, Don't Play Therapy, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, you know, Don't Play Therapy Uncensored. Go there, YouTube, subscribe, like, share.
Yeah, run them likes up, run them subscriptions up, man. we starting here, man. We getting it out the mud, man. We gonna make a difference in this thing. So yeah.
Also on social media, you can look up Hood Dreams Entertainment. You can also go to Original John 20. You know what I'm saying? Hey, follow me. You know, you got some dirty to say to me, I don't care. You know, my feelings ain't gonna
I'll respond. We accept all comments, man, and we do respond, man. We will respond. So hit us up even some future topics, man. You know, just hit us up with anything you wanna hear from us. So.
Emails, DM me. Come
no,
on,
man.
I'm single.
Stay out the hill, man. You see that? You see that? Yeah.
Right.
Mr. Jerry King ain't trying to hear this.
Hey,
good enough.
For sure. But hey, we love you guys. We are back. You're going to be seeing a lot more of us, you know, and when current news events happen, run to the social media. We'll be on YouTube. We're going to plug in. We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. We're going to give you 5-10 minutes of our energy.
Yeah.
So we're going to be prepared for that.
For sure.
Hey, we love you, and we out.